Importance of Fitness for Mind, Body, and Soul by Elena Corradino, May 2022. I will be giving an overview of the group fitness subculture which I belong to, making connections between individual experiences, information gathered through observations and interviews, and research to better understand my identity and culture through multiple perspectives in order to use it positively as an educator. I was born and grew up in Russia, and that's why I started going to a sports club as a member at age 12, and at 14 I started working as a fitness instructor. For years, fitness has been my side job, not to mention my love for it. When I immigrated to the USA at age 22, I pursued my passion, and up until today, fitness is a big part of who I am. It affected my personality, it helped to build my stamina and character. And as the project was progressing, I have been analyzing different aspects the subculture affected my identity, and more so, me as an educator. The setting: LA Fitness Corporation in Holmdel, Cliffwood, and East Brunswick, New Jersey, and the club at Woodbridge, New Jersey. Having witnessed multicultural and diverse populations in modern group fitness, analyzing their behaviors and thoughts of how their identities belong and are represented in our society, gave me the opportunity to make connection to the diverse populations in our schools. In multicultural society, all good education must be multicultural because it needs to take into account the diversity of our student population. This means looking at and addressing differences in our schools and society because, as the title of a compelling article by Carter put it, you can't fix what you don't look at. My auto-ethnography has also given the opportunity to educate myself and grow personally. Research questions. How does fitness connect people? Different generations, different backgrounds, different cultures. How does fitness help personal growth? Are there any physical or psychological difficulties people have to overcome to visit group fitness classes? Is language important in fitness? And if it is, in what ways? When you come to a group fitness class, most of the time there is not much language involved. There is music. Maybe the instructor would give some counting. There is minimum language. Is it really so? Methods of gathering and analyzing data. Observations of group fitness classes. My friend Tracy Garcia teaches a yoga class in East Brunswick LA Fitness, and I teach a bodyworks class in Holmdel LA Fitness. Interviews. Tracy Garcia, a group fitness instructor of several decades, and my friend and mentor of many years. And Debbie Escolisi, a fitness class member of my aqua fitness classes and a dear friend. And reading research on multicultural behaviors, impact of different cultures on worldview, how we can become more aware of how our language affects others, including nonverbal communication, the notion of equality and equitability, and the characteristics of academic success for students at schools, as well as the adult's personal success in any other sphere of life. Here are some of the photographs. Tracy and I celebrating her birthday about 18 years ago, and there are two pictures of me teaching an aqua fitness class at LA Fitness. And this is Tracy teaching a yoga class, and this is a picture of a weightlifting room at LA Fitness. And it's me teaching a bodyworks group class, a muscle toning class with light weights. And as you can tell, I'm smiling, excited, and very happy to be there to share and teach how to be healthy inside and out. Theme 1: Fitness connecting people. Observations. Fitness brings people together, connecting them, some for a period of time, others for life. There is a connection for all the diverse populations here. People from different backgrounds and languages, different social classes and fitness levels, different genders and ages, different beliefs and religions, different nationalities and mentalities, all come to unite in the world of fitness. I realize every day that I'm surrounded by so many loving and caring people, people understanding and compassionate, forgiving and embracing. Fitness classes connect father and son, mother and daughter, husband and wife. They unite here at the gym, working hard together, side by side, supporting each other. According to numerous studies, people with strong social connections live longer and healthier lives. CNN article also mentioned a recent review of 148 studies that found that people who are isolated face a 50% greater risk of premature death than those who have stronger social connections. Interviews. The era of fitness started in dads' garages, connecting teenagers and keeping them away from streets. I met both Tracy and Debbie at gym, and both have become my close friends. Tracy has inspired me to get certified and start teaching fitness in the US. And Debbie has been like my American mom, with her loving, accepting, and caring heart. Tracy talked about important relationships she's created through gym and her personal classes over the years. She gives beautiful examples of how they've been together through the most difficult and good times, how inspiring, important, and deep those relationships are, making her healthy mentally and physically. That was amazing to hear and realize. Debbie gives examples of the relationships she was able to create through the gym she belonged to. One of her friends used to travel to New Jersey gym from New York. That was certainly not just to work out, but to connect to the people she loved being with. Theme 2: Personal Growth Through Fitness. Observations. A mother brought her teenage daughter to a group class to build stronger relationship, to teach her a lesson of coping with difficulties, of learning more about herself, how strong a woman can be, how to be able to find powers within you even when you think you have nothing left in you. The mother was growing personally by being a better mom, teaching her daughter life lesson through overcoming physical challenges. An older man stood in plank longer than everyone else in the class, struggling, but he did it. It was not a battle with everyone else in the class. It was a winning battle with his age, his weaknesses, his doubts. I believe a lot of people come to the gym to personally grow without even realizing it, to overcome the different worries, fears, thoughts that stop us from being stronger, kinder to others and ourselves, more mindful of our bodies and souls, as well as our surroundings. I grow personally at my fitness classes, as well as in language classes at school, as I learn to be observant, to be mindful of my presence, mindful of others, their thoughts and feelings. Interviews. Tracy was growing personally through her fitness classes, learning about muscles, health, body cells, people and their different personalities. She's become stronger mentally, chilled as she calls herself. Tracy made an interesting correlation between personal growth and chemicals in our bodies. I started thinking about it. Maybe one way to consider personal growth is when a person becomes ultimately happy. Not that occasional feeling good based on some circumstances, but feeling happy unconditionally, or being able to feel happiness from within, feeling balanced and in harmony with your body, mind, and soul. It turned out that the four main brain chemicals that make us happy, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, people have more of them while exercise. Whereas exercise and group fitness in particular helps to produce the happy hormones, those chemicals in their turn help to reach personal growth, learning how to be happy unconditionally. Debbie is a perfect example of personal growth. She was pushing herself to the very far boundaries and over. In her age, with not slim or toned body, she was determined not to give up. To me, that was a perfect example of her personal growth. She was in a battle with herself, her age, her maybe even inabilities, pain, and insecurities. But she did it. She went all forward, overcoming the fear of I'm not able or I can't. She's my hero. Like many others who'd grow every day, trying to push themselves harder, not being afraid of the difficulties, or to better say, being afraid or doubtful, but still going forward to face the challenge and overcome it. Theme 3: Language and Fitness. All downloaded music provided by corporate US gyms I work at is in the English language, popular American songs. With the whole diversity of populations, the songs are only representing one culture, American. I realized that the gyms did not follow a very multicultural policy. Different amount of language is used at classes. Some instructors just use counting and minimum language. Others, like I do, explain the movement, different muscles we use for the exercise, detailed explanation of what we do, as I realize that people are different. Some may better understand when the movement is just shown, others need to hear it as well. Praise and motivation are very important, always and for everyone. Nonverbal communication is used a lot and extremely important, not to mention showing the exercise itself, gestures, smile, posture, all say more than words at times. What is said is important, but how it is said matters so much as well. In Tracy's yoga class, the words were as if coming to life. I could vividly see the pictures of the sun rising and falling with the whole abundance of beautiful colors that the nature is able to create. I realized what amazing ability words can have, and more importantly, the way we can influence the meaning when those same words are said one way or the other. For me, a teacher of language, that was mind opening and, better to say, a good reminder. Interviews. Tracy adjusts between the different classes of different populations. She uses a highly complicated medical language during her neuromuscular classes at a medical school, and how simple her language is when she teaches at a public gym to a general population of people. Tracy, an American native speaker, notices a cultural inequality that only American songs are played at US gyms. She has been paying to a professional DJ for the music rights to be able to play at her classes, the music that represents different diverse cultures in languages other than English. Debbie notices that some non native speakers were having difficulties understanding the directions. Debbie agrees that nonverbal communication is extremely important in group exercises and it supersedes the verbal communication. Debbie notices that when I played music of her generation in classes, she and other members of her age were having more fun. I told Debbie of the muscle memory that when older people hear music of their generation, not only they can perform better because of the high spirits and moods, their muscles start actually performing better, being capable of doing the things they were not able to do before. Conclusions. This research reaffirmed that diverse populations are not only met in ESL classes. We all are more diverse than we realize it. With that in mind, as an educator, I choose to be an interculturally competent teacher who recognizes the diversity within racial, cultural, and socioeconomic groups, and will be even more aware of the possible wrongful assumptions and stereotyping. This auto-ethnography gave me the opportunity to reflect on my identity through reading research, observations, and interviews, and hopefully become a better person, a better educator, to teach my students the language as well as valuable life lessons. My research proved once again how much ELLs rely on visuals, and that nonverbal communication supersedes verbal communication. I realized how much power personal relationships have, how much it means to connect with people, and more so, to connect with my students, to create the loving and caring atmosphere as a foundation for their further academic success. Writing autoethnographies helps students to develop language art skills, where students would not only have to think in the second language, but be able to express their thoughts in a logical manner in writing in a serious project. They will have to develop their reading skills while researching stage of the assignment. Finally, analyzing a subculture will let ELLs look at their own background, culture, race, language, and their identity as a whole from a different perspective to ultimately be more open-minded and accepting of others, their families, and their inner selves. And here are my references. Thank you.